Welcome to Christian Historicity. Today, we're exploring a profound transformation, how Viktor transitioned from the dark world of drug dealing to the redemptive path of becoming a pastor. This is more than a story of change. It's a testament to hope, redemption, and the power of faith. Viktor was born into one of the most challenging and impoverished environments in Central Asia. His early years were marked by struggle, with few opportunities available, leading him to a life of crime. The lure of easy money and power soon drew Viktor into the dangerous world of drug dealing, where he quickly became one of the region's most feared figures. As Viktor's influence in the drug trade expanded, so did his wealth and notoriety. Known for his ability to make things happen, no matter how dangerous or illegal, Viktor lived constantly on the edge, aware that his downfall could come at any moment. But as the saying goes, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Viktor's reign as a drug lord came crashing down one fateful day when he was caught red-handed with a massive shipment of heroin. The arrest was swift and brutal, and Viktor found himself facing a long sentence in one of the toughest prisons in the country. In prison, Viktor was stripped of the power and luxury he once knew. Isolated and filled with regret, he was forced to confront the emptiness of his life for the first time. One day, Viktor discovered an old, worn-out copy of the New Testament in his cell. Initially hesitant, he began reading out of sheer desperation. Slowly, the words of the Bible began to resonate within him, bringing a sense of peace and hope he hadn't felt in years. Viktor's heart began to soften as he read more about the life and teachings of Jesus Christ. The message of love, forgiveness, and redemption spoke to him in a way that nothing else ever had. He was particularly moved by the story of the prodigal son, a parable that seemed to mirror his own life in many ways. Just like the prodigal son, Viktor had strayed far from any moral path, but he now longed to return to a place of righteousness and peace. One night, Viktor fell to his knees in his cell, overwhelmed by a deep need to communicate with the God he had encountered in the pages of the New Testament. With a trembling voice, Viktor offered his first sincere prayer. "God, if you can hear me, please forgive me. I don't want to live this life anymore. Help me find a way out of this darkness." After that night, something changed within Viktor. He began to seek out the prison chaplain, who guided him on his spiritual journey. Viktor started attending Bible study sessions and prayer meetings, and it wasn't long before other inmates noticed the change in him. Gone was the hardened criminal they had once known, replaced by a man filled with the quiet determination to live a better life. Viktor began mentoring other inmates, sharing his testimony and encouraging them to find hope and purpose in their own lives through faith. As Viktor's faith deepened, his influence within the prison grew. He became a beacon of hope, mentoring others and showing them that redemption was possible regardless of their past. His life became a living testament to the power of God's grace, a grace that can reach even the darkest corners of the human soul. Years passed, and Viktor's transformation did not go unnoticed. When the time came for his parole hearing, the evidence of his rehabilitation was undeniable. Viktor was granted parole, and he walked out of those prison gates a free man, free, not only legally, but spiritually, released from the chains of his former life. Once free, Viktor dedicated his life to spreading the message of God's love and forgiveness. He became a pastor, leading a small but growing congregation. Viktor's sermons were powerful, filled with the raw honesty of a man who had walked through the fire and emerged purified. His church became a refuge for those seeking redemption, and Viktor's story inspired many to turn their lives around. Viktor's ministry extended far beyond the walls of his church. He launched several outreach programs aimed at helping the poor, the addicted, and the marginalized. Viktor understood their struggles because he had lived them. His past gave him unique ability to connect with those who felt lost and abandoned by society. Viktor's life was a powerful reminder that no one is beyond the reach of God's grace. Viktor's journey from drug dealer to pastor is a powerful reminder of faith's transformative power. His life is a beacon of hope, showing that no matter how far we may have strayed, redemption is always within reach. Thank you for joining us for this powerful story of transformation. If Viktor's journey has touched your heart, we encourage you to share it with others who might need to hear this message of hope. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Christian Historicity for more stories that inspire and uplift. May Viktor's journey remind you that redemption is always possible, no matter where you've been or what you've done.